Tucked away in Missouri's Ozark Mountains, Roaring River State Park is a haven for outdoor enthusiasts. Its vibrant spring, pumping over 20 million gallons of water daily, fuels premier trout fishing and scenic beauty. Travelers can hike rugged trails, spot wildlife, or unwind in cozy cabins. And now, Roaring River State Park is welcoming a new brand of traveler with a Level 2 and DC fast charging installations. Roaring River State Park is where the best of adventure and tranquility meets the superiority and sustainability of EV driving. And we're bringing you a first-hand look at this unique charging proposition on the Arkansas e-Traveler. All right, we've made it here to the Roaring River State Park in southwest Missouri, just outside of Cassville and the Mark Twain National Forest. One of the things that really caught my eye about this place is it's a state park, obviously for the state of Missouri, that includes destination charging. Here we have two of these Chargepoint AC charging units for when you arrive here. Now, these cost 25 cents per kilowatt hour, so not on the expensive end, not on the cheap end either. But obviously, one of the things that we talk about on this channel a lot as we track Walmart is dwell time. We're in a state park, and in just a moment, we're going to take you into it and let you see all the hikes and all the swimming and all the fishing. You can spend a day here. People spend a week here or more camping. So if you have this here, that makes perfect sense in that you get to get a cheaper rate and get to charge slowly, and then by the time you're ready to go home, everything's good to go. But there are 4 stalls over here for that. But what if you need to do things a little bit faster? That's why we have these things. Let's check it out. All right, so now we're getting into the DC fast charging here. Folks, I don't think that I've seen this anywhere else. I'm sure there are other state parks in the nation that have DC fast charging, but we're in the Mid-South. We're in southwest Missouri, and we have these Chargepoint Express 250 units available for DC fast charging. We're going to do a test session on these today and see what kind of charge we get. A couple things already that excite me. One, we know these things can be a little unpredictable. I'm already noticing, looks like full amperage cables. Also, there's 2 of them. Remember how these operate. If one of them's in use and the other one is not being used, this one will pull the power from that one. So instead of only getting a 62 kilowatt charge, it bumps it up to 125, making it go even faster. The rate here is 45 cents per kilowatt hour, which isn't too bad, but let's go ahead and get plugged in and see what kind of charge rate we get today. All right, so we are ready to start our charging session. Again, this is Chargepoint units right here, so it has an integration with GM. So we go to charging and then nearby chargers, click on the Chargepoint. Then we go to connectors, and I believe we're on handle 2. And then we'll tell it to start charging. And let's go out to the unit and get plugged in. Says to plug in. So let's demonstrate how the Chargepoint Express 250 units work with their cable management, because you might think this is too short, but that arm, much like you see on the Chargepoint Express Plus units and even the Alpitronic units. So let's plug in. It says 125 kilowatts DC shared, and we'll begin getting started here. All right, inside the Blazer EV now, we started at about 23% state of charge. As you can see, we're not getting the fastest charge here, but I think I'm okay with that here. I'll explain why in just a second. But right now, I'm going to charge up to 80. It says it's going to take about 50 minutes, which is only 10 minutes longer than the typical 40 minutes for 20 to 80 or even less to 80. So maybe it's a little bit low on voltage. I'm not sure. But one thing I know for certain is it's not pulling from both units to make that happen, despite what it says on the screen. Maybe you have to have a high voltage car to make that happen. And this thing is sub 400. So not to worry, though. That gives us plenty of time to go eat and do some other things around the area of the state park and the hotel here before we head in to the state park itself for some recreational activities. All right, so we'll come back and check in on the charge in a minute. Let's take a look around. Perched on a hill overlooking Roaring River State Park, the Emory Melton Inn and Conference Center is a stunning stone and timber lodge, blending rustic charm with modern comfort. Its 26 spacious guest rooms, some featuring private balconies with sweeping valley views, offer a cozy retreat for anglers, hikers, and families. The inn houses the Roaring River Restaurant as well, serving hearty home-style meals with a scenic backdrop, plus versatile meeting rooms for events like weddings or conferences. During our lunch, I ordered the Reuben with curly fries, and Julie ordered an appetizer of fried green tomatoes, both of which were extremely tasty. With free Wi-Fi in the lobby and a gift shop, this inviting lodge is your gateway to the park's natural splendor. All right, we just returned from a delicious lunch here at the Inn and Conference Center at Roaring River State Park. And we got a full charge while we were at lunch, going from 24 to 80%. So maybe we'll be able to get some statistics. Yeah, come on in, they're right here. We inputted 50 kilowatt hours at a rate of 25 cents per kilowatt hour. It was not 45 cents per kilowatt hour. So the level 2 charging and the DC fast charging are the same rate. Pretty cool. And we were in there for just, it says here, over an hour. We've been out here for about 10 minutes. So about 50 minutes is what it took. That's what I would expect since this only pulled 61, 62 kilowatts at a time. That's also a part of how this thing works. It seems to me now, if you DC fast charge with the Blazer EV, and this may be true for the Equinox or whatever, it's just going to be 40 minutes no matter what. It can be slow, or it could be an Alpitronic HYC 400. It's going to be 40 minutes. Whatever. I mean, at least it's consistent. So, great charging session, better lunch, and now we're going to go into the state park and enjoy some of the recreation that Roaring River has to offer. Stick around. Roaring River State Park boasts one of nature's marvels, the deepest spring in the U.S. that surges from a limestone bluff, releasing over 20 million gallons of pristine 57-degree water daily. This azure flow cascading through a rugged gorge forms the lifeblood of the park's renowned trout fishery. The spring's steady, cool waters create an ideal habitat for rainbow and brown trout, drawing anglers from across the nation. Just downstream, the Roaring River Fish Hatchery, operated by the Missouri Department of Conservation, is a cornerstone of the park's trout legacy. Established in the 19-teens, the hatchery raises hundreds of thousands of trout annually in long, concrete raceways fed directly by the spring's pure waters. Visitors can stroll along the hatchery, peering into the pools teeming with fish at various growth stages from fingerlings to lunkers. Interpretive signs and guided tours offer insights into the meticulous process of trout rearing, highlighting the hatchery's role in sustaining the park's fishery and conservation efforts. Trout fishing at Roaring River is a year-round pursuit, with the spring's consistent flow ensuring stable conditions even in summer's heat or winter's chill. The river is divided into 3 zones, each with distinct regulations to balance sport and conservation. Zone 1 nearest the spring is a fly fishing haven where anglers cast delicate flies to entice wary trout in clear pools. Zone 2 allows artificial lures, offering a mix of challenge and accessibility, while Zone 3 permits bait fishing, welcoming families and novices. Daily stocking from the hatchery keeps the river brimming with trout, and a catch-and-release season from November to February ensures sustainable populations. Whether you're wading in the gravel-bottom stream or casting from the bank, the thrill of hooking a feisty rainbow trout against the backdrop of towering bluffs and whispering pines is unforgettable. Roaring River's spring hatchery and fishery weave together nature's bounty and human stewardship, creating a timeless destination for anglers, families, and nature lovers alike. The state park also offers a hiker's paradise with 7 diverse trails spanning over 10 miles of rugged beauty. These paths wind through lush hardwood forests, past bubbling springs, and along dramatic limestone bluffs, immersing you in the park's wild heart. Trails range from easy strolls to challenging treks, catering to all skill levels. The Fire Tower Trail is a moderate 2.5-mile loop climbing the panoramic vistas overlooking the river valley, rewarding hikers with sweeping views of rolling hills. The Springhouse Trail is a gentle half-mile path meandering by the park's iconic spring, where 20 million gallons of turquoise water gush daily. The trail that Julie and I enjoyed is the Devil Kitchens Trail, a 1.5-mile loop that is a standout for its rugged charm and mystique. This moderate trail twists through a dramatic landscape of mossy boulders and shadowy glades. Named for a rock formation locals say resembles a devil's cooking nook. Hikers navigate steep climbs and rocky outcrops, passing a small cave and seasonal streams, while legends whisper of hidden treasures stashed by outlaws. With its mix of challenge, scenery, and folklore, Devil's Kitchen captivates adventurers craving a deeper connection to the Ozarks' untamed spirit. But if you're craving a longer adventure, the Eagle's Nest Trail stretches 2.3 miles through dense woods alive with deer, wildflowers, and birdsong. Each trail is well marked with interpretive signs revealing the area's rich geology and history. All right, and there you have it, a site visit and a charging session here at Roaring River State Park in Southwest Missouri. Big time kudos to the State Park System of Missouri for installing DC fast charging and level 2 charging, making this place a destination for EV drivers. If you find yourself in the Mid-South and want to take a day or 2 days to enjoy some of the great views that we're blessed with here in this region, Roaring River State Park is your place to go, and they'll even give you some cheap DC fast charging electrons along the way. So, I'm Landon, thank you for watching, and happy trails.